What's up everyone? It's your boy Matty Ice here with a brand new video. And today I'm going to do a manga haul again. And I'm actually planning on doing some other videos. But let's focus on the manga haul today. And actually this month I actually got more comics this time than manga. I was planning on making a video about that soon. About like the differences between comics and manga. So definitely stay tuned for that too. But first off, I got Batman issue 125, and I actually haven't read this one yet. So like it's a series I wanted to get into. This one's by Sadarsky, who I actually really like his stories and artwork, And then that's Jimenez also worked on Ortega, Mori, and Guerrero also worked on this one, and I actually really like the cover of this one. See, I think this is a really nice cover. Next up, I actually that this is also another special cover or variant of the series. It's actually issue two of Grimm. And I haven't so this is the first issue I bought of Grimm, and I actually want to get issue one. I just couldn't find it at my comic shop. So I don't know too much about the series yet, but I do know since I've been hearing how good the series is, so I definitely wanted to pick it up. And it's a series I want to get into for the future. And then next up is actually issue one of Daredevil. Now, so it's kind of tough, especially with like issue ones of comics, because sometimes you might need some background knowledge of reading another series, but since I'm just getting ready for the new Daredevil TV show, and I haven't read this one yet. I've been like lazy and reading some of my stuff. Next up is actually the Amazing Spider-Man, and this one's also a favorite. This one's issue one, and this one's actually a pretty good one. It kind of follows so pretty much Peter Parker. So this Fusion, it's Peter Parker, and it pretty much follows him after he comes back after this big incident, and like no one knew who he was, and it's pretty much about him trying to come back, and like he obviously fights crime, and then actually at the end of this volume, Doc Ock comes back. Doc Ock comes back. So that's pretty cool. And actually, next up, I'm gonna do these two at once. So I saw this at the comic store, and I just wanted to pick it up to try it out. And so I decided to buy two of them. It's actually issue one of Gods of Brutality, and I got the normal Fusion, and then also the exclusive Fusion of it. And so it looks like so far, I didn't read too much of it yet. I just kind of skimmed it. Like it looks like it's about a heavy metal band. So it looks interesting, and like I may continue reading it. If I finish issue one and like I like it, I may continue reading it. But for now, I'll just have to wait for that and to see for the future. Now, next up, this is another new one that's coming up, and it's actually Punisher. So I got issues one and three. Now, so I actually heard pretty good things about the series, like outside of the fact that they redesigned his symbol, because obviously like in the past it was always like the skull, but now it's I mean it's still a skull, but they changed like the skull around, and like I'm not a big fan of the change, but I did hear that this is like a good run so far, since I wanted to pick it up and check it out. Next up is actually another Marvel comic, and that's Carnage Forever. Now I did buy a couple Carnage ones this month, but this one's Carnage Forever, and that this is also issue one out. Like I don't think this one's a variant, but and that this is celebrating 30 years of like Venom and Carnage. So yeah, it's pretty good. What's like Venom and Carnage, like those are like two characters I want to get more into, and yeah, just because I know I really like the first Venom movie, and if you guys watched No Way Home, like the last Spider-Man movie, yeah, then you guys know like he might be coming into the MCU. I'm not sure if he's officially in, but like he did do a cameo in the last Spider-Man movie, so that's pretty cool. This next one is Lacer, which this is also a Marvel one. This is part of the like Extreme Carnage, and so this one is issue one, but it's part 4 out of 6. Part 4 out of 8. My bad. But so that's definitely one I want to get more into, collect the full one. So this next one is actually another Carnage one. This one's Carnage Red, Light, and Blood. So pretty much like essentially I've been seeing more of these for different characters, but like they do obviously the only three colors they use is red, white, and blue. So red, black, and white, and it's pretty cool. Like so like obviously it's probably something I wouldn't pick up too often, but like I enjoyed this volume for what it was, or this issue for what it was, and like it was definitely interesting, but it's also something I probably wouldn't read too often because like it was a cool concept. Like after a while, I got one. Like towards the end, I was kind of struggling because it's like but like it was definitely a cool idea. Next up is actually issue 3 of Savage Spider-Man. Now this is like a variant of Spider-Man, and actually, so this is another one I've been looking to get into just because I thought it's an interesting thing. It's like, I definitely like the idea of like a more savage, more animal Spider-Man. And actually, next up, I actually really like this one, and this is X-Force Kill Shot. So it kind of focuses on so pretty much all of these different cables and like X-Forces pretty much teaming up to take out this big baddie who is a cable. And it was actually pretty interesting, and I want to see if there's more of this, because I definitely thought it was, like, the first one was interesting to see how they brought up, like, to see, like, what happens next. And it was definitely interesting to see different versions of Cable, different versions of Deadpool. Like that, like there was a different version of Wolverine that showed up. That was pretty cool, and there was just a bunch of cool characters in X Force. And I'm actually really excited for the next Deadpool movie because I'm pretty sure that's coming out in the next couple years. I could be wrong, but Deadpool 3, I'm very excited for it. And next up, I actually got. So I'm almost caught up now in Gunslinger Spawn. I got issue 9 of it, and then I also got 2 different versions of, like 2 different covers for issue 10, which I actually really enjoyed. So I'm almost got the whole series other than issues 4 and 7, but so far I've actually really been enjoying Gunslinger Spawn. Just again like that, this is a series where like you can kind of just jump in and just read it because it's like so like it's like based off of a variant of Spawn, which this is a much weaker version of Spawn, and so like again like it's just a side story of like what he has to go through, like what he had to go through or has to go through, and it's really interesting. And obviously Tormentor came like made a comeback in this, which like obviously he's been a pretty big villain for Spawn for ever since the beginning of the series. Like he made a comeback and like he tried to tune Spawn back a little bit ago. So it's been pretty interesting. Like I've been enjoying it. And then next up, which I think you might have saw one of the issues because I accidentally pulled it up with the Spawn ones, but I got issues 2 and 9 of Berserker, which I read issue 2 and I really enjoyed it. And again, this one's written by Keanu Reeves. He writes, like he doesn't do the art, like he has some help with Kent, Connie, and Crabtree. So like that, those people help him with the story. And so far, it's been pretty good. Like, again, like, issue 2 focuses more on, like, his backstory. And, like, not really. Like, obviously there was some action in it, but it did focus more on his backstory in this issue. So then, like, you can kind of just comprehend, like, where he's coming from and, like, how he felt. So definitely pretty interesting, and I want to collect more of it, too. And it's been pretty good. Now, next up, let's actually start reading this one. I'm very happy I got these next 2. So the first one is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Reunion. Now, so this one focuses obviously on the Ninja Turtles, and I started to read this one last night. I got a decent part through part 1, so I think there's 5 parts, and obviously it's all collected in this hardcover. But it's obviously it takes place in New York, and it's like. So it kind of takes place in the future, where like it's kind of, I don't want to say cyberpunk, but like it's kind of like run down, and that there's cybernetic soldiers and stuff, and so from what I've read so far, I think there are like I'm not sure like if it's just his imagination, but all 4 turtles are in it, but it focuses on this one who is the lone survivor. Like he's pretty much doing his thing. And, like, he is the last Ronin, and he's trying to take So like he's trying to take this land back from this guy who like he pretty much runs it's like this gang or mafia like whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's pretty good so far from my read, and I'm definitely gonna try to finish this as quick as I can. And yeah, that Kevin Eastman and then Peter Lord do this. Which I think Kevin Eastman, like he was kind of known for doing the Ninja Turtle type stuff. But yeah, like so far pretty good. And then the last omnibus I got, I'm actually really excited for this because I love the show. Now I got the first volume of The Boys. Now, like I heard mixed things about the comics because obviously the show, if you don't know, it's on Amazon Prime. It's like a Prime original show, and that like I did hear that like, so it's like a mixed reaction. Like some people say they just don't like the comics and that the show is a lot better, and then like I hear that people like it, but like. So it's like I keep hearing that the show is better, but like I hear mixed reviews on the comics themselves. Like some people say they're really bad, some people say they're good, but like a lot of things I hear about is like the weirdness of it is like it's even more weird than the show, and that they definitely do change a few things around. That's what I heard, and like in points the comics are a lot more over the top than the show is. And that's why I wanted to check it out because I mean, like, I wanted to see for myself if I liked it or not, and like, I'm into weird stuff, so I might like it, and so I was just very excited to pick this up and check it out. And I'm probably gonna check it out after I finish the last Ronin because I just finished the third box set for One Piece, and I'm trying to like I'm gonna take a little break from it for like a month or so, just so that I can kind of, cause Punk Hazard I thought was I just finished Punk Hazard and I thought it was like I just didn't like that much. I mean like it's important to the story because of the end, but I just didn't like how they told it and stuff. So I'm like I'm just gonna take a little break from One Piece for now, and then go through box set 4, which that covers up to volume 90, and now I'm just gonna read the rest on the Jump app, or just on Shonen Jump. And then, but continue from that, I got some more. I got some manga to share with you guys today. Okay, so I got some manga that I bought this month. Like not as much this month, but I did get some stuff that were on sale, and I'm actually missing I'm missing one right now, and I forget where I put it. But I'm gonna say what that one is. I got Volume 3 of Dragon Quest: The Offensive or Die, which I read already in like a day. I finished that because I just really been enjoying Dragon Quest: The Offensive or Die, and it's a really good fantasy. Like obviously it's based off of the game series Dragon Quest, which I forget if Toriyama's working on it or not. Like I'm not sure if he did it because obviously that the ones that like the Offensive or Die ones that are coming out now, like these are like reprints. Like this came out back in like the 80s, 90s, like in that time range, but I've been really enjoying it. It's pretty much follows the character Dai, who, like, he was born, like, he was raised by this monster, like, this creature who helped him and, like, tried to help him become, like, like a hero. And so, like, he was never able to use magic, and, like, he always had a hard time. And, so the evil lord came up again. Like he came back to life and he's taken over the whole world, and it's just really good. Like it's a really good story. Like if you like the Dragon Quest games, I would say check out the series, because I've played a couple of them, like a couple of the new ones. Which obviously I love Dragon Quest 11. I think that's a great game, and I bought the first like 3 or 4 Dragon Quest games, so that like I'm gonna try them out. But like that's a really good story so far, and like I like really left off with that and stuff. So up next, actually, I got this on the Right Stuff birthday sale, and they offered some bundles. So I got volumes 1 through 5 of Attack on Titan. So I'm gonna show you guys each cover. So this is before the fall, like Attack on Titan before the fall, and obviously that this takes place obviously before, like it's a prequel to the main series Attack on Titan. Like I'm not really too sure what this one's about. Like obviously I guess it follows this guy, but I didn't really read too much into it yet. I just saw it. I was like, okay, I like Attack on Titan. So it's like, that maybe I'll just read the spin-off series. What's they have a couple spin-offs. Like they have obviously Before They Fall, and then they have No Regrets, and then which obviously I think they also have Junior High, which like they kind of do that with a few of the bigger series. Which I'm not a big fan of those ones taking out. Like obviously I don't own any, but like I just looked through them. I'm like it's not for me. Obviously I'm not the target audience to for like the Junior High spin-off series. Which I'm not even sure if those ones are canon or not. Like I think those are kind of just their own series, which is cool. But like obviously I guess I'm not the target audience. I guess that's meant for like a younger crowd, like a much younger crowd than I am. But yeah, so it's like that's a series I'm gonna check out, and I did buy the bundle on like stuff. I think it was like $30 at the time when I bought it. So I was like, okay, like 5 volumes for $30. That's not too bad. And then lastly, I got volume 19 of Beastars. Let's again, as I said many times before, I am a little bit behind on the series, like in terms of like reading it. So I lost track of who I was, but there's only two more volumes after this. So like it ends after volume 21. So I'm just gonna read it. So I'm just gonna wait till volume 21 comes out. Then I'm just gonna binge read the whole series, and that maybe I could do like a review of Beastars if you guys want me to, and that's something I was thinking about, is just doing reviews of music, movies, and shows, and like maybe anime and manga, and like definitely let me know. Like and I was planning on doing a music review and then also a movie review soon, but I gotta learn how to edit first. But with that being said, I will see you guys soon. Peace out.